what is the vibes around how the unions, PSA, others, are treated and work with, for example, a Labour-led government, because no one's saying there's not industrial action there, versus a national-led government? Is there a clear difference that you understand?
Yeah, and I think it boils down to respect. Labour governments traditionally respect unions more than national governments do. But this national government is in a field of its own. The previous John Key government met regularly with union leaders. John Key came to the PSA conference. He was welcome. It wasn't the friendliest reception, but he was treated with respect and with dignity. We can't even get a meeting with the Prime Minister, nor can the Council of Trade Unions. I have to give her dues. Last week, I did meet with Brooke Van Velden to talk about her changes to the Employment Relations Act, and I respect her for that meeting. It didn't go very well. And we meet regularly with Judith Collins and Nicola Willis, but the attitude isn't one of how can we engage, how can we understand where the workforce is at, how is morale. It is really, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. They're happy to listen, but it's not based on that fundamental respect. And it comes through in their policies. It's not just in how they treat union leaders, it comes through in what they're doing. This government is introducing harsh changes to the Employment Relations Act, which basically amount to fire at will for every worker. And if you're going to do that, if you have such disdain for working people, then meeting with union officials is the least of our problems, to be honest.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going to repackage what you've just said to me. What you've just said to me is typically the national-led government aren't best friends, but you can respect the office of the Prime Minister. Typically the Labour-led government are a government that respects the unions and works with them in a different way. And then you've got these guys, which are a completely different case altogether. That's what I hear you saying.
Yeah, I think that's right. And look, they have got, if I talk to retired union officials who lived through the Employment Contracts Act, where unions in this country were absolutely decimated almost overnight, they will say what they are doing when it comes to fire at will is worse than the Employment Contracts Act.
Wow.
Every New Zealand worker will be in insecure employment. Imagine the ramifications of that within workplaces, how you treat managers, the deference it encourages. Imagine the impacts on things like borrowing to be able to afford a house and repay mortgages. It's a disgraceful attack on workers. And this is just another one of the real agenda of diminishing rights. I mean, the pay equity betrayal was constitutional vandalism on a scale we've never seen. But what they're doing to the Employment Relations Act and that process around dismissals and having secure work is just next level.